Joining us now on the Buyer's Barricade guest line, courtesy of AA Best Bail Bonds, is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Coach Mike McCarthy joins us. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Ready for New Year's.
How was Christmas? How did you get some family time, or is it a football season as usual?
No, I had a really nice day at home with Jessica and the girls. So everybody was home for Christmas and I caught up on some sleep. So it was a great day.
Whose responsibility is the meal on Christmas Day?
Jessica, she took care of that, which we all appreciate.
Oh, what a woman! What a woman
Oh,
to. Did you go turkey, ham, prime rib? What we go with?
she went with steak. Yeah, she went with steak.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Coach, your team is playing right now. I mean, I'm sure this is probably the last 5 weeks. This is the level you'd hoped you were going to get out of your squad all year long. What do you think's changed in your guys? I mean, what do you think is different now than the first few weeks of the season that you guys are playing at such a high level right now?
We're just doing a better job, frankly, of the basics. It starts with the ball security. We're taking care of the ball better, but we're doing a great job of taking it away. I mean, that's made the biggest impact. And we're making the big plays in games too. So I mean, the offense has produced some big plays, particularly against Tampa. And so when you make big plays, take care of the football, win the turnover ratio, and outside the Tampa Bay, we've done a very consistent job of winning the time of possession. So and that's the way we want to play. And if you look at our past 3 years, that's when we're at our best.
Last week as we were watching Ceedee Lamb, you kind of really throw his body on the line to make some big plays and just put himself out there. We knew how hurt he'd been. There were times where it's like, oh man, should he still be out there? Who all is involved in the discussion to sit CD for the year? How much input did he have personally? And who makes the final say on whether or not Ceedee Lamb's going to play going forward, as you guys have decided to shut him down for the season?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this is an ongoing, everyday process that all of our guys go through. I mean, the public hears about a player when he goes on the injury list, but these guys are working in a prehab mode all the time. So, and CD's been dealing with this shoulder for almost the whole season, and then when the injury obviously occurred and it was significant, it was a bigger injury than it's been. It was obviously an easy decision to shut him down. I mean, if this was week 3 or week 4, I would see CD not playing in this game. So I just think like anything, you get the information, and it always starts with the player and the medical staff. And so once that conversation happens, when you have all the information, those decisions are finalized. But these guys do a great job of investing a tremendous amount of time and resources into taking care of their bodies. And so and that's the relationship our medical staff has with every one of our players.
Cooper Rush has obviously, he's been very good for the last month, but a lot of it has been him relying heavily on Ceedee Lamb as a target. Who fills that role for Cooper as sort of the security blanket, or is there anyone who can fill that role, knowing what CD is and how comfortable Cooper is with him?
Well, there's only one Ceedee Lamb. I think we recognize that, but it's a great opportunity, starting with Brandon Cooks. Brandon's back healthy, so he'll obviously have some more opportunities. But it's a great opportunity for all these guys. The JTs and Terp, Flo. I mean, all these receivers are really chomping at the bit to have an opportunity this week, and we understand clearly that the way Philadelphia will view this opportunity too. So we're anticipating more one-on-ones and more man coverage in this game, and so this will be a great opportunity for our guys.
Mike McCarthy joins us here, courtesy of AA Best Bail Bonds. Now, with the Eagles, this game coming up on the 29th, you guys have obviously you're without Ceedee Lamb. The real question for the Eagles is, are they going to be with or without Jalen Hurts? How do you prepare for a game like this where Jalen may or may not play? Do you mostly focus on Jalen will play and then adjust if he doesn't? Or how do you split it 50-50? How do you go about that?
Well, I think you gotta spend a little more time on the backup, Pickett, just because you don't know enough about him. You do have film on him in Pittsburgh, but he did play a lot in the Washington game, so so you can really only spend so much time on him based off the volume of the video available. And the good thing is you do know Jalen, and and definitely focus on particularly the last game. I mean, he had a big game against us, especially getting out of the pocket and making plays with his legs. So that's just something you naturally prepare for just because of the success they had in the first game. So, but we got to be ready for both guys.
And obviously, anytime you play the Eagles, at least now, Saquon Barkley becomes a big part of your game plan. How do you at least try to limit how Saquon does his damage, and how much of a focus does he become even more of a focus if Jalen Hurts isn't playing?
Well, he's the focus. I mean, he's making this offense go to a whole different level. Starts up front. I mean, this is a massive athletic offensive line. And it's a line that's played together for quite some time. So, and they're definitely in sync. So the combination of the offensive line and Saquon, it's that's a the starting point. And then and they got excellent perimeter players too. So AJ's having another big year, just went over 1,000 yards, I think it was in 12 games. So it's you got to get ready for the whole offense, but definitely the starting point is the offensive line and Saquon Barkley.
It seems like you guys have motivation down the stretch, doesn't seem to be an issue for your guys. But when everything, playoff wise is off the table and you're kind of just you're playing out the string, so to speak, does it help in your mind to have these divisional games with the Eagles and the Commanders as your last two games, knowing that your guys will probably be maybe even a little extra locked in and you'll still get that top tier effort out of them?
I don't know. I think number one, we have to play. I mean, we're playing two teams that need to win these games. So they have a lot to play for. So, and we have a lot to play for just as far as our pride and belief in one another. So, and that's really what we can only focus on. But yeah, these division games are always most competitive, and we're going into Philadelphia, so we got to be ready to go.
What's been the vibe in the locker room? And I know last week you were saying, it was kind of a kick in the balls right before the game to find out that you didn't make the playoffs. But what was it like after the game? What's it been like this week during preparation? Do all your guys seem as locked in and focused as they were before you were eliminated, or has that changed at all? And if it hasn't, I mean, how impressed are you with your guys that they're still, as focused as they would be if they were fighting for a playoff spot?
Well, it's been a disjointed week naturally, just with Christmas being on Wednesday, right in the middle of the week. But I thought they did a really good job Monday, Tuesday, especially all the extra time that they put in coming off of that. Sunday night. Sunday night games are always hard, and so I thought they did a really good job of that. And frankly, yesterday, coming back from a day off, we had great energy at practice. So we're having a good week so far.
All right. Is there a motivation? Is there a different plan, a practice plan for New Year's Day if you win versus if you lose? Because New Year's Day, it feels like if I were a player, I might want to be nursing a hangover. I might want to not come in early for practice, just want to hang out. Do you have like a different practice plan based on if you guys win or lose this week?
No, I've always had the same type of plan each and every year. So it's you make major adjustments for Christmas and minor adjustments for New Year's. That's kind of the way I've always done it.
Fair enough. Well, Coach, I wish you luck this week as you guys continue to really play well down the stretch. Hope you can keep that up. Good luck with the weather up there in Philadelphia. I can't imagine that's too much fun, but I guess it at least puts you back in the holiday spirit a little bit. Get some of that cold wind on you. Best of luck this week, and we'll talk to you there before the Commanders game.
All right, you bet. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you.